so lonely.
Hey guys, Houls here from Houls Fitness. Just going on a general rant at the moment. I've been lifting weights now for over 17 years. But it's only been the last 5 years that I've really started to make gains. Now, what I mean by gains is actual progress towards my body development. And what I mean by that is I've always been on the thrive to get, I don't know, that six pack or that, that physique that everyone wanted, and that's what spurred me on from the start. But now it's turned into a whole new ball game. I just want to help people, and that's all I want to do now. And by me doing these videos, by me having my page Redemption Road on Facebook, just look up Redemption Road on Facebook. There are links in the description and also above. But by having these things, it's my way of getting out to you as basically where I was when I first started. Because when I first started, there was just that much shit out there. It was way too complicated and I couldn't understand. I had to siphon through. It took me years to really, from trial and error as well, to siphon through to find out what worked for me. But really what worked for me was a very basic science of understanding my body and how energy expenditure worked. Now, I'm a huge advocate in regards to energy in versus energy out. Now, I know that's not for everybody. And when I say it's not for everybody, I just mean that not a lot of people go by just that. And I'm not that one-trick pony. I'm not just... I do understand that there is more to it than energy in versus energy out in regards to what foods you eat. But without overcomplicating things, that is a very basic understanding of your body. When you know what your body needs on a daily basis, calorie-wise, to fit your particular activity. Now, you could be training for something. Now, these are going to be different, and I would advise you to get a coach, someone who knows what they're doing and can tailor specific your nutrition plan for you. I do that for people, so I'll be starting that up more so in the coming months. I'm actually just concentrating on myself now, getting to my first show in 4 weeks for competing for the first time. But going back to me saying that making the gains and getting that body development that I've always wanted is through understanding exactly what it was that my body needed to go through. I've made the mistakes, and I know a lot of you out there generally, and I've said it before, majority of you are looking for, again, not improvement, but body development, just so you could, I don't know, have a lifestyle that comes with it. You might be overweight, and I didn't even know I was overweight myself. I've dropped down from just shy of 100 kilos now down to 74. That's extremely lean, obviously, and because I'm going into my show, I wouldn't expect to be sitting around this mark for much longer after my show, and my goals will change. But focused on my goals, I'm down to an ideal weight, muscle mass size, etc. through the coaching that I've received from, shout out to Big Frank, and I'll put a description in the links below as well to him, because he helped me out. I was already doing my own transformation through the information that I'd already learnt, so I already knew, all the basics. Frank, however, he trains bodybuilding specific, so he's taught me things regarding cardio. I was very anti-cardio, and I didn't want to do it, and if anything that I've learnt from Frank, it's how important cardio is to trim down. That's a video for another day. But you need, if going back to just as a general rule and as a whole, and you just want to look after your weight, whether it's gain a bit of muscle or trim down or tone up, as women like to say, you can do this through the methods that I teach and the methods that I give you in my videos. And that's basically finding out what your recommended daily intake is for calories, and then sticking to that within food levels, and then meeting your macronutrients that go with that. Now, you can't just eat McDonald's all day, every day, but that's something that you've got to figure out yourself. But if you know roughly how much you need per day, then you can reach your goals, whether it's weight loss or weight gain or weight just simply staying the same. Trimming down, toning up, all these things consist of eating accordingly. Now people, they come to me and they ask, oh, I want to, I just want to tone up. I don't want to get too much muscle, I just want to tone up. Well, what that means is, to me, the first question I'll be asking is, well, how much do you eat? Do you know how much you eat? And I'll say, oh, I eat this, this, and this. And I'll say, well, do you know how many calories that is? Oh, not really. Some days I have this, but other days I have this, and it's a lot more. So you're not getting a constant level of intake, so your body's constantly doing this. It's not really regulating. So what you need to do is find out what your need on a daily basis. That's by doing things like your AMR, which is your active metabolic rate. You can find that online by going to AMR calculators, and then you can start to juggle around your own diets. Now you can come to people like myself and ask us to do like meal plans for you, etc. And a lot of the times that's fine because you don't have time, you don't have the experience, you prefer someone else. But if you do come to me, I'll have you for a 4 to 12 to a year period, and I'll teach you everything that you need to know to do it by yourself. When you go to personal trainers, I believe personal trainers are not so much a waste of money as they are the level and the qualifications of the personal trainer you get. If you go to a personal trainer that just wants that paycheck, you will not reach your goals. You will not reach the level of, I suppose, enlightenment that you need to keep going on by yourself, because PTs generally a lot of the times just want you to keep coming back to them so they can keep having a continuous paycheck. Whereas you get a coach, they'll teach you everything you need to know, and you can go out by yourself. I mean, it's like if you're in I would say a basketball team, because that's my background on basketball, and when you're in a basketball team, you get taught everything you need to know so you can then use it on the court, and then it's up to you to use what you learnt outside in practice. So basically life is like the court, and it's up to you to use what you've learnt in practice. Do you see what I'm saying? So you need the tools to set you up for the long road, because you're not going to have someone holding your hand there the whole time. You need to learn it yourself. This is the important thing. This is why I look the way I look. This is the reason I can basically and this is another thing Frank has taught me. I didn't need to cut calories and sacrifice food just to have this ideal physique. I'm down to 2,200 calories, which is more than what most people eat, and I'm still losing weight. I'm still trimming down. I'm the leanest I've ever been. Not skinny, but lean. And the muscle density is still there because I'm getting the food that it needs. But I'm stripping fat through my cardio, which was another big learning curve for me. Now, we could go into things like metabolic crash, where people, and I have a lot of good friends that have done this, and I just hope that some of the words that I say don't fall on deaf ears. And I know there's actually been a few people that have reached out to me and said, look, Luke, thank you very much. I am going to try and do and put into practice what you say this time around. Last time I did go into a metabolic crash. I decided I was going to up my cardio tenfold, and I'm also going to drop my level of calories down to very minimum. So all of a sudden your body's just going, whoa, are you fucking serious? And that's when things like metabolic crashes happen, and then you basically F up your metabolism to the point where you're just storing food and it's staying there because it doesn't want to release the fat. So therefore you're losing muscle and you become this look that's skinny fat. Now, you look good in clothes, but naked, not so much. And that's what everyone, I think, thrives for. You want to look good, down the beach and things like that. And don't make it an ego thing as well. I'm not saying that's why I've done it. Initially it was, and come on, don't lie to yourself. A lot of the times that's why you start too. is because you want to look good for somebody else. But I tell you what, it turns out that you become more about yourself as you see results. That's what's happened with myself. It becomes more about, and the only person you should be going up against is you. You know, that's the only person that you need to worry about. That's the only person that you need to, in regards to your body. I'm not talking about outside of, which will bring me to another topic for another day, is balancing life and your balancing your personal life and your gym life, or your that lifestyle. Think of some words to bring it up or whatever. If you can think of anything, you know what I'm saying. Personal life versus your fitness life, I guess, because sometimes they really do clash. Because if you get so stuck on doing a diet, which I hate the word, you might see in other videos, you get so stuck on doing these, sticking to a routine, that you're like, no, can't go out, can't eat this, can't do that, and that's not the way you should live. I live like that because I'm working up to a show, because I'm working to get on stage. So I've had to, and Siobhan, my fiance, and I have had to sacrifice wanting to go out for dinners and stuff, because it's not fun when you can't eat what you want to eat. But that's only for a period of time. That's for 3 months of the year, and the other 9 months, I can eat whatever I want, within moderation, of course. But it's always aimed at my goals, which could be to put on muscle, could be to lose weight. I don't know yet. It's gradual. It's always learning. Blah blah blah. But what I'm saying is, and again, that's balancing, and that's another video. But you just need to know as yourself, these things that come into play for your body don't have to be overcomplicated. You need to find out what works for you. And when I say that, take the information that I give you and others. I'm not saying I know everything, and I'll never know everything. That's why I love learning. I love researching. I ask Siobhan, I'm constantly to a point where it drives her nuts, doing something regarding fitness, and that's fine. But again, there's that balance, which sometimes does spill over into personal time, and I know it does frustrate her as well. And she supports me 100%, and just thinking about it, I just think that I hope that she never ever feels neglected. But anyway, obviously that's the balancing act that you've got to play. But I'm doing this, again, reverting back, not for an ego thing. It's more to help you guys reach your goals easier than what I did, and that's why questions, bring them on, comment, subscribe below, so you can get these videos out. As soon as I put them out, you've got them. You can go over and say, hey, they might be boring to you. That's fine. Tell me that they're boring. Say, Luke, you ran on too much. My good friends who know me, I don't drink anymore, but when I used to drink, my D&Ms were, wow. Anyway, so I can go off on a bit of a tangent like I just did. So anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap this video up, but basically I just want to say, get to know your body, ask me questions, get to research stuff yourself. But I've gone on a whole another tangent, but I just want you to feel like it's not hard. It's really not hard when you know how. I know that's like an age-old saying, but once you do get to know things a little bit more, and take my advice, watch my videos, comment, and let me know what you think, and I'll get back to you. I'll answer these things, but that's what I'm all about, basically helping you guys. And I love the support that I've got so far. I have gone on YouTube because I want to reach a bigger audience. I want to get out there, so share my videos. If you think they're good enough, that is, give them a like, give them a thumbs up. And anyway, it's come up 15 minutes, so I'm going to wrap this up. It's gone on long enough. I've just been talking. When I was a kid, I used to do orals, and I was like, I've got to talk for 3 minutes. Now you can't. I can't talk for less than 30. All right, guys. Don't forget, comment, subscribe, give us a shout out, and I'll get back to you. Have a great day. See you later.